Africa is a continent that's seen at least 200 coups since the 1960s. Most recently, Burkina Faso's presidential guard has overthrown the interim government. What is this? It's the military, or part of the military, looking to aggressively protect its own privileged position in this very poor country. The interim government planned to disband the presidential guard. General elections were supposed to take place in a matter of weeks. Former President Blair Compaoré was forced out of power in Burkina Faso just last year. He had been in power for 27 years and was seeking to extend his rule. People have taken to the streets of the capital to protest the coup. It doesn't seem to have popular support. There has been violence. People have been killed. I was watching a programme on Al Jazeera's Inside Story earlier called "Why Are Coups Common in Africa?" Some good insights from the guests on the programme. Recent successful coups in Niger, Guinea-Bissau, Mali and the Central African Republic, and attempted coups in Burundi and Gambia. Now, one of my workmates is Gambian, so last year's attempted coup affected his friends and his family. It was a worrying time for him. Not good, not good. Gabriel Leon, who was a guest on the Al Jazeera show I mentioned, was talking about the general commonality across coups, which is, it has a striking resemblance. It basically comes down to the military protecting its own corporate interests. So a government decreases the amount of money it wants to spend on its military. That happens, and the probability of that government being overthrown in a coup increases considerably. The military sticking its nose into the affairs of civilian government or shutting down fragile democratic processes is nothing new, right? Nor is it exclusive to Africa. Men in green uniforms using violence and intimidation to get their way, muscling their way into power, and then using repressive means to maintain it. Military elites are, and have been, the agents of oppressive regimes throughout Africa and elsewhere for a long, long time. It's a sad reality in many nations that the military is worshipped. Our brave protectors, our heroes, defenders of democracy. But you only have to study the lessons of history and take a look at how militaries around the world operate. The rigid hierarchies, rigid command structures, the aggression, the secrecy, the behaviour of those in uniform. I would say, generally speaking, that men with guns, bombs, missiles, attack planes, warships, etc., men trained to kill, men trained to have unquestioning loyalty to their nations, to their masters, are no friends of democracy in the long run. Militarists are, and have been, the enemies of freedom for thousands of years. International efforts, I would say, should be skillfully aimed at decreasing military influence, shrinking down militaries, while building up civil societies and realistic long-term peace strategies, political solutions, legal solutions, adults behaving like adults. Can you imagine a military-free world? I can. No tanks or fighter jets, no nuclear weapons, no soldiers, no more mass killings carried out on the orders of some general or warlord. It's a goal worth working towards, surely. Many people have to be won over, though. Yeah. International institutions have to change considerably. Leaders and governments have to change the way they behave, or be made to change by the will of the people. Anyway, I'll see you next time, ladies and gents. Peace.